I lost 110 pounds without running endlessly on the treadmill or giving up my favorite foods. And in this video, I'm going to give you the 4 habits that helped me lose the weight so that you can just steal them. Now, the first habit that helped me lose 110 pounds is weighing myself in the morning every single day. Now, let me give you an example to show you how powerful this habit is. Imagine one morning you wake up to check your bank account and see that you've got $0 in your bank account. You've got rent that's due next month and you've got groceries to buy. What are you gonna do? You're probably going to find a way to get money into your bank account. You'll borrow money from friends, you'll work extra shifts, but you've gotta eat and you've gotta live, so you'll find a way to get the money in. The same way when you wake up in the morning and see that you're 20 pounds heavier than you're supposed to be, and it's summertime in 2 months, you will find a way to get the weight off. You'll walk, you'll run, you'll hit the gym, you'll watch what you eat, but you will get the weight off because now you're more aware of your weight than you were before. The reason that being more aware of your weight is so important is because you're aware of the weight and you're aware of the time of the year it is. So you know that, okay, I'm 20 pounds heavier than I'm supposed to be, and it's summertime in 2 months. And bam, all of a sudden you've got this sense of urgency. Now, the reason the sense of urgency is so important is because most of us, including myself, are so busy in our daily lives, spending time with family, spending time with friends, working our jobs, that we don't realize that we're letting ourselves go physically. And that's never a good thing. And so when we're not aware of our weight, what usually happens is summertime is gonna roll around, we're gonna plan a trip to the beach with our friends or our family, and then 1 week before we go, we're gonna realize, oh my God, I'm 20 pounds heavier than I'm supposed to be. And you can't just shave off 20 pounds off the scale in 1 week, even if you starve yourself. And so then we go to the beach and then we feel ashamed to take our shirt off because we don't look as good as we want to. And all of this can be avoided if we're just aware of our weight on a daily basis. This is why I implement this for every single person that I train. It's helped Miguel lose 7 pounds and it's helped one of my other clients, Izzy, lose 19 pounds. Just looking at your weight first thing in the morning makes it so much easier to lose it. Now, just to be completely clear, I'm not saying that the number on the scale is everything and it's the end all and the be all, but it 100% gives you a general idea of where you are. You might have ups and downs where one day you wake up 5 pounds heavier randomly and one day you wake up 5 pounds lighter than you normally are randomly. Obviously, those are anomalies and those events can be pretty much written off. But if you're consistently weighing 5 pounds more than you're supposed to for like a week or 2 weeks, then you're probably 5 pounds heavier than you should be. If there's one piece of advice that I can give to you when you're checking your weight, it is to not get frustrated when you see something that you don't like. Think of it this way. When the GPS is guiding you on where you're supposed to be going and it says, hey, you're going the wrong way, you don't just lose your mind and road rage because that's not going to help you, right? If anything, it's going to make things worse for you. So what you want to do instead is every time you get feedback, if it's negative feedback showing you that you're heavier than you're supposed to be, just change your habits and correct your course and go back to where you're supposed to be going, which is to losing your weight. Now, the second habit that helped me lose 110 pounds was skipping breakfast. Now, before I lost my weight, I would wake up every morning, have a big bowl of Cocoa Puff, half a chocolate muffin, and 3 hash browns. That meal alone has 1,000 calories, and I'd probably have 3 more meals like that throughout the day. The thing we've got to keep in mind for breakfast is that it's the first meal of our day and it sets the mood for the rest of the meals that we're going to have throughout the day. So if you're going to do breakfast, you've got to do it right. Or you can do what I recommend, which is to just skip breakfast completely. Recently, I was having a conversation with one of my clients, Izzy. Yeah, that's the one that lost 19 pounds. And one of the concerns that this person had was that they were constantly overeating. And that was because they were going out to eat dinner every night. And if you're watching this video, you might think, oh, just stop eating out. But the key thing is that they would go out with a family member every night. So asking them to skip out on like a family gathering, is that reasonable? Probably not. So we had to find a way to get them to lose weight whilst eating dinner every night. And so I asked them, hey, how many calories do you have in for breakfast? And they were like, yeah, 500 to 700. And so we decided that if eating out for dinner was gonna be an everyday thing, then we'd be way better off just skipping breakfast and having those extra calories left over for dinner. And this was 2 weeks ago, and this person had lost 16 pounds up until then. Now they've lost 3 more pounds, they're down 19 pounds. If you want to achieve results like Izzy, I have an online training program where I'm going to walk you through step by step how to build your dream body without spending all day in the gym or giving up your favorite foods. And the best part is that you can start completely for free. If that sounds interesting, then you can click the link below and I'll see you in there. The third habit that helped me lose 110 pounds was weight training. I always found the idea of running or even walking on the treadmill incredibly depressing. I just couldn't get myself to do it consistently over a long period of time. But weight training I always liked. Even when I was overweight, I thought that every rep brought me closer to my dream body. So I just loved lifting weights. I'd get a pump and my blood would rush into my muscles, and I thought that was awesome. And even though I don't lift nearly as much as I used to, and this for very specific reasons, but I don't lift as much as I used to or as often as I used to. But now if I don't lift for a week, I still feel very weird. And so the man who loves walking will always go further than the man who loves the destination. If you can get yourself to fall in love, even if it's not weight training, if you can find one form of exercise that you like and you can do it consistently, then you're already setting yourself up for success in terms of fat loss. Now, the reason I advocate for weight training so much is because it builds muscle. So when you do lose the weight, you'll look fit instead of looking skinny because you're gonna have a good base of muscle underneath. Now, really quickly, I'm just going to whoosh through the basics of weight training so that you can skip out on the months of trial and error. First, pick compound exercises: the underhand lat pull down, the barbell bench press, and the barbell back squat. These are going to be your staples. Second thing you want to make sure you're doing at all times is practicing good form. Now, there's a lot of stuff that I can say about form, but one thing that I want to say for sure is make sure you're taking it slow and controlling the weight when the muscle is being stretched. The third thing you want to make sure you're doing in terms of weight training is adding weights/reps to all of your movements over time. The fourth habit that helped me lose 110 pounds was weighing my food every day. Imagine having complete control over what your body looks like. You can control how much fat is on your body. You can control how much muscle is on your body. That is exactly what this habit does. Most people do what is called intuitive eating, which basically just means they eat by feel, right? They're going by feel. Oh yeah, this has like 300 calories. This has 10 grams of protein. This has 20 grams of protein. They're just going by they're just eyeballing stuff, right? But the problem is, if you don't weigh your food, you cannot eyeball your food accurately. So remember the first meal I told you about, the Cocoa Puff and the 3 hash browns and the half chocolate muffin that I had for breakfast every day? I thought that that meal was only 400 calories, but it's actually 1,000 calories. It's more than double what I thought it would be. Now, some of you might say, oh yeah, that was really dumb, Sultan. That was completely inaccurate. Yeah, but how was I supposed to know what accurate really meant if I had never weighed my food before? If you're going to start weighing your food, then please don't do it the old school way where you write everything down in a notebook. Get MyFitnessPal. It's an app off the App Store. You can get it for free and input your food in there. Now, if you really want to speed up your body transformation, then what you can do is adopt a good workout routine that is time efficient so you don't have to spend all day in the gym. And if you want, I can implement it for you if you click the link below, or you can watch this video where I show you how to do it. I'll see you in the next one.